In a corner of a San Francisco cafe, a man in a hoodie is sipping a drink that looks like a latte but more golden, smoother, and scented with the rich aroma of melting butter. And yet, it is not the familiar beverage you are thinking of. It is Bulletproof Coffee, an unusual blend of coffee, grass-fed butter, and MCT oil, a drink the tech community in Silicon Valley treats as fuel for self-optimization. And that man is none other than Dave Asprey, entrepreneur, founder of Bulletproof, and one of the key figures who popularized the concept of biohacking. Asprey does not drink this strange coffee just because he likes it. He believes it is the most effective way to activate the brain, boosting focus, burning fat, and keeping energy levels steady throughout the day. For him, this is not just a morning habit. It is a philosophy. And from those very cups of Bulletproof Coffee, a wave called biohacking began to spread from Silicon Valley as tech circles to communities eager to take control of and improve their own bodies. The term biohacking emerged in the early 2000s, combining biology and hacker. At its core, the idea is simple: intervene in your own biology to improve health, enhance performance, and even extend lifespan. In essence, biohacking is the practice of applying scientific methods from the smallest tweaks to the boldest interventions to upgrade your body and mind, often through self-experimentation rather than traditional medical systems. At its heart, biohacking stems from a desire to understand the body at the deepest level: hormones, cells, the brain, and cognition. Based on the degree of intervention, biohacking is typically divided into three main branches: Nutrigenomics, DIY biology, and grinder biohacking. Nutrigenomics: eating by your genes, living by your biology. This is the most accessible and widely practiced branch. Nutrigenomics focuses on the relationship between genes and nutrition. Each person has a unique genetic blueprint, so each body processes food differently. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, Nutrigenomics studies how compounds in food interact with genes, influencing disease risk and how the body metabolizes energy. Practitioners often begin by taking genetic tests to identify enzyme deficiencies, food sensitivities, or predispositions to certain health conditions. Using that data, they design personalized diets, routines, and training plans tailored to their biology instead of following generic nutrition advice. For example, those genetically prone to fat storage may prefer low-carb diets, while people with mutations that impair liver detoxification may need more leafy greens and antioxidant-rich foods. In other words, nutrigenomics is like having a personalized user manual for your body, instead of using one generic manual for everyone. DIY biology: amateur scientists experimenting on themselves. DIY biology, or DIY bio, is a movement in which people without formal biology degrees conduct their own experiments, track their own bodies, and adjust their lifestyles based on self-collected data. According to Scientific American, DIY bio blends wearable tech, basic biological knowledge, and hacker spirit: self-learning, self-testing, and self-optimizing. One of the metrics this community cares about most is HRV, heart rate variability. HRV reflects the flexibility of the autonomic nervous system and shows how well your body handles stress and recovers. Higher HRV means stronger resilience. Low HRV often occurs in people who train intensely, work mentally for long hours, or lack sleep. DIY biologists track HRV and heart rate while testing new methods: Wim Hof breathing, intermittent fasting, dietary changes, or using nootropics. They refine their habits based on the data, gradually building a personalized optimization map, a custom-built blueprint for their own bodies. Grinder biohacking: cybernetic implants and human augmentation. Grinder biohacking is the most extreme branch, where people implant technology into their bodies to expand physical abilities or interface directly with machines. Some implant NFC chips under their skin to unlock doors or make payments. Others install glucose sensors to monitor blood sugar in real time. According to IEEE Spectrum, Grinder biohackers treat the body as an open platform that can be customized and upgraded just like software. They believe merging technology with biology will help humans transcend natural evolutionary limits. Despite ethical concerns and controversy, Grinder biohacking offers a glimpse into a future where the line between human and machine blurs and upgrading the body may become completely normal. In Silicon Valley, a place fueled by obsession with efficiency and optimization, biohacking is more than a trend. It is a manifesto. In a world where a single idea can shift entire industries, upgrading oneself to maintain creativity, focus, and mental endurance becomes a top priority. For many CEOs, founders, and tech experts, the brain is their most valuable asset. Every decision from business strategy to product design depends on sharp thinking, memory, emotional stability, and analytical speed. Biohacking gives them a way to optimize the hardware so the intellectual software runs as smoothly as possible. One prominent example is Brian Johnson, founder of Braintree and Kernel. After selling his company for hundreds of millions, he now spends over $2 million a year on Blueprint, a project aiming to revert his middle-aged body to the biological state of an 18-year-old. And it is not just about clean eating or working out. Blueprint tracks more than 100 biomarkers daily, from digestion speed and skin elasticity to DNA methylation levels. Meanwhile, Dave Asprey, the father of Bulletproof Coffee, believes he can live to 180. To him, coffee is merely the brain ignition button, while MCT oil is the clean fuel that turns the body into a high-performance engine. He experiments with everything: cold plunges, red light therapy, nootropics, fasting, meditation, all with one goal: extend lifespan, stabilize energy, and unlock full mental potential. Beyond individual examples, the entire tech ecosystem treats biohacking as part of its performance culture. Those who build world-changing software do not just want faster computers, they want faster versions of themselves. And biohacking becomes the secret weapon to stay competitive in an age of relentless change. Viewed positively, biohacking is a powerful declaration of bodily autonomy. Instead of being swept up by modern life, fast food, poor sleep, chronic stress, and screen addiction, biohackers choose to redesign their lives intentionally. They do not wait for illness to strike. They study subtle signals, sleep quality, morning energy, recovery after workouts, and make incremental adjustments to reach an optimal state. It is a journey requiring persistence, discipline, and a commitment to learning. Biohacking also fosters critical thinking, rejecting one-size-fits-all advice in favor of solutions tailored to its own biology. What works for person A may not work for person B, and personalization is the key to moving toward one of the best self. At a deeper level, biohacking is a modern interpretation of an ancient idea: know thyself. It is not just about physical optimization, it is about listening to your body at the microscopic level, understanding its signals, and living more consciously each day. In a world easily overwhelmed by distraction, pressure, and burnout, biohacking becomes a reminder to return to oneself. Practitioners learn to understand their sleep, heart rate, emotions, focus, and energy, and make decisions based on personal data, not trends. For example, someone struggling with afternoon fatigue may discover the culprit is a high-sugar lunch or shallow sleep the night before. Someone tracking HRV daily might know whether to push a hard workout or prioritize rest. Tiny changes repeated consistently are the foundation of sustainable transformation. Biohacking also demands discipline. Not hack your body without habits, logging health data, sleeping on schedule, staying hydrated, regulating emotions, exercising regularly, and in a society where clarity, productivity, and focus are competitive advantages, those who master themselves, true biohackers, hold the longest-term edge. But like any powerful tool, biohacking carries risks when misapplied or misunderstood. The first danger is scientific illusion. Many methods circulating in biohacker communities originate from personal anecdotes, lack sufficient research, or worse, are distorted by supplement marketing campaigns. Take nootropics, for instance. While some compounds like L-theanine or alpha-GPC have preliminary research on supporting focus, they are not FDA approved for cognitive enhancement. Using them haphazardly without expert guidance can disrupt the nervous system, cause insomnia, or interact dangerously with medications. Another issue is obsession with metrics. Self-care can become a race toward perfection. Many people get stressed when HRV drops, lose sleep because their Oura Ring reports a low score, or feel pressure when they fall off their optimal schedule. At that point, biohacking is no longer self-optimization, it is becoming a slave to data. There is also the issue of accessibility. Genetic tests, red light therapy, and high-end biometric wearables are expensive. When optimizing the body becomes a privilege of the wealthy, questions of fairness and ethics arise. Finally, biohacking can divert attention from the simple, human aspects of life. Not everything that matters can be measured. Savoring a morning coffee, laughing with friends, listening to music that soothes the soul, these can raise oxytocin and serotonin and improve longevity, even if no device tracks them. The good news is, you do not need to be a tech millionaire or a scientist. Small, sustainable changes are the true foundation of biohacking. In an age of information overload, What matters most is not chasing trends but understanding yourself, physically and mentally. You do not need genetic tests or 24-hour-a-day wearables. Sometimes all you need is sleeping on time for a week, eating more slowly, turning off your phone 30 minutes before bedtime. These small acts, done consistently, are the most sustainable form of biohacking. And if you want to try a more advanced method, ask yourself, has this method been studied? What are the side effects? Does it fit my biology? Remember, biohacking is the journey toward becoming a better version of yourself, not a copy of someone else. If you see your body as a machine, optimize it with data. But if you see yourself as a human being with emotions, memories, and instincts, then biohack with both science and self-understanding.